when dealing with the receptacles, you have a green screw for the ground. The silver screws on this side indicate the neutral, and if you flip the plug over, you'll see that these screws are brass. That indicates that is where the hot wire goes, or the black. So the neutral and the ground are on the same side. You'll also notice if you look at the front that one of these slots is longer than the other. The short slot represents the hot wire, where the brass is. Your GFI, it's the same as the plug. It has two different colors on both sides, for hot and for neutral, with the green at the top. Your stove plug has three prongs, the U being the ground, right below would be the neutral, and these would be the two hots. If you turn it around, they are usually marked on here what color they take. This takes the ground, a hot, and the neutral. It says white there, and you'll see it says X and Y over here. This plug is also known in the code book as a 14-50R. So a 14-50R is the name for a stove receptacle. The other receptacle very similar to that is the dryer receptacle. It is known as a 14-30R. The 30 represents 30 amps, just like the 50 represents 50 amps on the stove. The only difference between the two is you'll notice that the configuration here is different from the stove. The stove has all straight slots. The dryer has this little L. So that's a good way of knowing that you're dealing with a dryer receptacle. Just remember that L represents laundry. The back is the same as the stove. It has 4 screws. One takes the ground, one takes the neutral, and the red and black are the hots. Here you see the 5 most common cables used in residential wiring. You have the 14-2 non-metallic sheet cable, or Romex, 12-2 cable used for baseboard heaters. This is the most common, used for lights and plugs and everything else. You have 14-3 that may be used for split plugs in the kitchen or for 3-way switches. You have your 10-3 that is used for your dryer, and you have a 3-conductor number 8 wire that is used for your stove. This is designed to handle your 40 amps, designed to handle 30 amps. This can handle 15 amps, 20 amps, and 15 amps. On most of these cables, on the outside sheath, you will find markings indicating the size of wire and the conductors. You'll notice on the stove cable, it says that it is an 8-gauge wire and 3 conductors, 3C. So 8 American wire gauge, 3 conductor. This will be repeated for your 14-2, your 10-3, and your 14-3. They will all have markings on it.